And this is why it's so surprising to hear about doctors doing unnecessary surgeries. Like, why would a doctor do an unnecessary surgery? You can't get a blood test. You can't get a procedure done in the health service unless you're literally, dying in front of them. So, I think that this deserves some examination, and I've talked to parents about why they think this is happening. So, first of all, let's look at what happened. We have a massive number of surgeries that seem to have been done that weren't necessary, that were brought to light by whistleblowers. We have to ask why. Is it one doctor? Is it a group of doctors? It's very hard, as I say, to get any procedure done in the health service. Are doctors, Minister, do you think, experimenting on disabled children? Now, you may think that's hyperbole, but I've just spoken to parents, and that's what the feeling of parents actually is. Because it's either that or there's a financial element. Are they using disabled children to practice on, has been raised with me. Parents of children with spina bifida have told me about their experiences generally, in the health system. Care often not being done by consultants, but being done by registrars, which they feel is at such a high level it shouldn't be done. Competition, unhealthy competition even, between the various different hospitals. A huge rate of failures and different procedures. So I really am wondering why doctors did those surgeries and what you think is the reason. I wanted to ask you, Minister, about whether you feel that there's any other devices that have been used in children that haven't been ethically and properly tested, because I've been told about urology devices, about pegs being used in children's bladders, which parents said wasn't ethically checked out and is not recommended normally, and that this information was only brought to you yesterday. So I'm wondering if you have concerns now about devices being used in children in other ways throughout the health service, and how children are treated in this country in the health service, particularly disabled children, seem to be paying the highest price from an underfunded health system. Anybody who's been in Temple Street and Crumlin, they're in absolute state for a long number of years, and also from staff shortages due to the housing crisis in particular, because people cannot afford to make a decent life here, but also workload and the conditions that people are being asked to work under. And all of this has happened while there's been a booming budget surpluses in the coffers of this state. So I just want to finish, Minister, by asking you, there's multiple issues, the infection rates, the Wi-Fi, the IT, the staffing issues, the non-medical grade devices, the unnecessary hip operations. Isn't it time for the board to resign? I know it isn't in the motion, but I actually feel it is just beyond belief that this wouldn't be called for right now. And also for a public inquiry, because there are so many issues. This is systemic now at